The Gallagher brothers, Liam and Noel, have long been the combustible heart of Oasis, a band whose snarling anthems and unapologetic bravado defined the Britpop explosion of the 1990s. Their fractious reunion, after more than a decade of public feuds and solo ventures, culminated in a triumphant world tour that reignited the flame of their legacy, drawing tens of thousands to relive the glory days under Manchester's grey skies and beyond. As the final notes of their São Paulo finale faded into the humid Brazilian night on Sunday, whispers of what's next began to swirl, with insiders revealing that Oasis is now delving into plans for a new greatest hits album, a collection that could serve as both a nostalgic capstone and a launchpad for future endeavors. The tour, a sprawling 18-month behemoth that kicked off amid skepticism and soared to euphoric heights, featured the core trio of Liam's raw, larynx-shredding vocals, Noel's intricate guitar wizardry, and the welcome return of original guitarist Paul "Bonehead" Arthurs for the closing legs. From the electric buzz of London's Wembley Stadium, where 90,000 voices bellowed Wonderwall in unison, to the sun-soaked fields of Glastonbury, where their surprise set turned into a cultural moment, the shows were less performances and more communal rituals. Fans, clad in parkas and anoraks despite the weather, surged forward as if time had folded back to 1994, when Definitely Maybe stormed the charts and Oasis became synonymous with working-class rebellion. The São Paulo closer, before a fervent crowd of 60,000, was a fitting denouement. Fireworks exploded over the stage as Liam crooned, "Don't look back in anger," his trademark sneer softened by the weight of reconciliation, while Noel strummed with a quiet intensity that spoke volumes about bridges mended. Sources close to the band describe post-tour conversations as electric, centered on leveraging the momentum of this magnitude event. The idea of a revived greatest hits compilation has bubbled up organically, echoing a shelved project from years past that Noel had championed but Liam had vetoed. Back in 2023, Noel reflected on the rejection with a mix of bemusement and resignation. He wouldn't have it in the end, I don't know why. That tension, once a headline-grabbing saga of lawsuits and leaked insults, now feels like ancient history. The tour's success, financial windfalls, critical raves and a palpable sense of catharsis, has thawed old animosities, opening doors to collaborative creativity. Insiders note that discussions unfolded in smoke-filled hotel suites and backstage lounges, where the brothers, flanked by managers and A&R reps, mapped out a path that honors their past while eyeing the horizon. At its core, this potential album isn't mere cash-grab nostalgia. It's a curated archive of Oasis's indelible impact on rock music. Picture a tracklist spanning the blistering urgency of Supersonic to the sweeping melancholy of Champagne Supernova, remastered for modern ears with bonus live cuts from the reunion shows, perhaps a raw São Paulo rendition of Live Forever that captures the crowd's roar like thunder. Noel, ever the architect, envisions liner notes that peel back the curtain on the band's chaotic genesis, the Manchester Council estates that birthed their sound, the Blur rivalries that fueled their fire, and the sibling rivalry that nearly tore them asunder. Liam, for his part, brings the grit, insisting on vinyl editions with artwork evoking the gritty urban poetry of their youth, parka-clad figures against rainy skylines, a nod to the mod influences that seeped into their DNA. The insider's perspective paints a vivid picture of the Gallaghers' current headspace. Noel and Liam will both be taking a long break to compute the magnitude of this tour. Being back together on stage has been incredible for both of them, and to have guitarist Bonehead back with them for the last shows has been nothing short of phenomenal. Indeed, Bonehead's return infused the finales with a familial warmth, his rhythm guitar locking in with Noel's leads like old puzzle pieces slotting home. The trio's chemistry, once fractured, now hums with renewed vigor, evident in impromptu jams that spilled into after-parties and viral fan footage of soundchecks where cigarettes and alcohol ripped through the air with feral energy. They're aware of what their fans want and know the demand would be there if they did decide to put out a new greatest hits album, or to play more shows, the source continued, hinting at a tantalizing array of possibilities. The fanbase, a legion of aging ravers and fresh-faced converts alike, has clamored for more since the tour's inception. Petitions circulated online for stadium extensions, while social media buzzed with montages of tear-streaked faces singing along to Half the World Away. A greatest hits release could quench that thirst, perhaps bundled with unreleased demos from the Be Here Now sessions or acoustic reinterpretations that showcase the brothers' matured songcraft. Beyond the album, murmurs of further large-scale shows suggest headlining slots at festivals like Coachella or a residency in Las Vegas, where Oasis could blend their anthemic bombast with spectacle. Think LED screens replaying archival footage amid cascades of confetti. Oasis's story is one of improbable triumphs, from their supersonic rise on the heels of What's the Story Morning Glory, which sold over 22 million copies, to the implosions that followed, marked by excess and ego. The reunion, sparked by a fragile truce in 2024, was billed as a one-off, but the alchemy on stage proved otherwise. Liam, now 52, has shed the enfant terrible label somewhat, his solo career yielding gritty gems like As You Were, while Noel, 57, refined his high-flying bird's outfit into a sophisticated foil to Oasis's raw edge. Their on-stage banter, Liam's barbed quips met with Noel's wry retorts, delighted crowds transforming potential powder kegs into comedic gold. One memorable exchange in Dublin saw Liam dedicate Rock and Roll Star to Me Brother Who's Still a Knobhead, prompting roars of laughter and a smirking Noel flipping him off mid-riff.